Hello and happy March, everyone. We are right in the thick of it for the spring market. So every month we take a look at a deep dive of the stats compared to this time last year. So first up would be the average sales price. So hold on to your hats. Our average sales price in Northbrook is up a whopping 12.9% over this time last year. So we are sitting at $715,000 compared to February of 2024. We were at 633,000. Depending on the month in our sales cycle, the rate of appreciation may be slower. But right now in February, it's the highest that we've seen. So 715,000 is our average sales price. Then we also like to look at the market time. So the market time is 44 days. It's been this way for more than a year now. It hasn't changed a lot. So it would take 44 days to sell a home in Northbrook. And if no new listings came on the market, we call that the month supply. So that is at 1.5 months, which is up 7%. So essentially, if no new homes come on the market, it would take us 1.5 months to clear out our current inventory. A balanced market is 6 months. And if we have more than 6 months of inventory, that indicates more of a buyer's market. So right now we're still at 1.5 months. That's been like that for at least 18 months. And in Northbrook, it's just very tight of homes. We have so many buyers out looking that are shopping Northbrook. We see them coming from the city. They're coming from other areas of the country to be closer to their family. We are seeing buyers coming from other suburbs to be in our great school district. And people haven't been putting their house up on the market. On the other hand, I do feel some momentum building. I've got the pipeline filling up for spring market. So I do feel like there is some movement happening and people are selling. But if you've had any sights of selling, this would be a good time. It's a good time for sellers if it's a good time for your schedule. All right. So another data point we like to look at is the last list closed. So in Northbrook, we're at 100.5%, which is up 1% a little bit. So essentially that means because of the multiple offers that we're experiencing, it's putting the sales prices higher than the asking price. And yeah, speaking of multiple offers, they're back. So if you look at it this way, it's strictly a supply and demand issue. So all the buyers last year that hadn't found what they're looking for, they're still in the market. Now we have a new crop of buyers for the 2025 market. So every new listing that is put on the market, if it's reasonably priced, the buyers are savvy. They know what the home prices should be based on what they've been looking at already in the market. And when a new listing comes on the market and they see the photos, they decide whether they're going to do a showing and come in. Some of these properties are being sold even off market prior to the public MLS. So it's crucial if you're a buyer in this market, you need to be working with a buyer's agent who's hyper local to the area so that you will have the early opportunities and go and see those properties before the open house. I was at a open house last week where a buyer came in and they wanted to put in an offer, but it was already too late. The seller accepted an offer. So don't wait for the open house. Go and see that property as soon as it is available for showings. Okay, but I digress. We're still talking about homes for sale. In Northbrook, we have 66 homes on the market. That includes the ones that are under contract. So if you pull out the ones that are under contract that haven't closed yet and are just available to put in an offer, then we're really only around 33 closed sales. So this talks about our transactions. We have 550 that have closed, down 2%. Last year was tight, and it's even more tight in 2025. We have seen that the interest rates dropped down. They were at 6.83 today when I did my market update, and that is the lowest that it's been since mid-September. And that has spurred some action and more pre-approvals that are happening. So that will bode well for our spring market as well. It's also going to make it even more crazy. So the buyers who had been on the fence and had sat out for the winter that are now back in the market, it's just making it more competitive. All right. So The price per square foot is $268 per square foot. That's up 9%. It's only one data point. We don't heavily rely on price per square foot in Illinois when we're pricing properties, but it is just another data point to throw in the mix. So as I said, we're seeing some momentum building. More buyers are out, but we're also seeing some inventory ticking on up. The most seller activity will be March, April, and May, and then it slows down a little bit in the summer as people are on vacation. So if you have had any thoughts of making a move, you might be surprised at how your equity position has changed. So if you'd like a consultation, there's no obligation, of course. It's always a good idea to sit down with an expert to learn about what your value is. Is it a good time for you to move? What is your position and where would you go? I have a whole network of providers, whether you're looking for an agent in another area or right here in Northbrook, if you'd like a handyman or a painter or just anything that we need to get you where you're going. I'm very proud of the connections that I've made, and I'd be happy to share those with you when we work together. So we'll talk with you soon. I'm Caroline Gow with Real. I'd love to be your trusted advocate.